A returned traveller in Western Australia has contracted COVID-19 while in hotel quarantine in Perth CBD, while a crewman on a ship who tested positive to the virus has been reclassed as an historic case.
It was deja vu for the Premier. Word of a positive case on a ship docked at Kwinana, south of Perth. The man from the Allegra was rushed to hotel quarantine as the rest of the crew tested negative to COVID-19.
They're not presenting as unwell, and I think it's important the ship sails.
But just hours after Mark McGowan fronted the media, health officials reverted the claims, saying the crew member had now tested negative.
He will be discharged from their hotel quarantine today, return to the ship, and then we'll work with the ship to get it on its way.
Attention instead shifted to yet another hotel quarantine dilemma after it was discovered a returned traveller at the Pan Pacific tested positive to COVID-19 on day 13, despite returning negative tests up until then. Health staff believe he contracted the virus from a positive case next door, which suggests aerial transmission is to blame.
I think that's a fair assessment from your part, that these transmissions do seem to be happening in that mechanism via whether it's under doorways or as doorways open. It's unclear.
The situation has resulted in mass testing of everyone on the hotel floor, including security guards. Nearby returned travellers have tested negative and won't have their mandatory quarantine extended just yet, but they have been moved away from the two COVID positive men.
So they remain at one end, the other guests have been relocated, and Public Health is checking on them daily. They'll have their day 13 test and we'll make an assessment at that point in time.
Suggestions of greater buffer zones around positive cases have been knocked back, authorities blaming the state's limited overseas arrivals cap, which currently sits at 530 a week.
To be honest, if we have to leave that many buffer zones around positive cases, that's a lot of extra rooms and that will impact on our caps.
Australia's peak medical body believes this latest situation should serve as a wake-up call to prevent further transmission within hotel quarantine.
We're distressed that positive patients are not removed from these facilities and taken somewhere safer for themselves and for everybody else, as they are in some other jurisdictions around the country. We just need this amateur hour approach to quarantine to be over with.
Emily Evans, Sky News, Perth.